two or three more things about the whole Martha scene. Is that Batman can save Martha for the first time instead of...
Right, and that's why I was like, when people make fun of the scene, I'm like, no, this is good, because now this is like his chance to redeem himself from not being able to save his mom as a child. He's going to save Superman's mom now when he has the strength and he's able to.
Well, that's why he says Martha won't die tonight.
And he was
doesn't
not
say
lying.
your mom.
That's exactly what he says. I have it written here. Martha won't die tonight. And he looks right at Superman and he goes, Martha won't die tonight.
And he was
not
not
your mom,
wrong.
But
He
Martha.
went... That
he
is
went ape shit on
that is
scene.
my favorite scene in the whole movie, when he shows up in that warehouse and just obliterates all these people.
And we should celebrate this scene as a character... Just such a great scene of character development, character advancement that he does.
Yeah.
Because he goes from being this homicidal, just crazed fucking killer where he's working out and dick twitching and slapping tires. And,
he's almost kind of mopey though, because he just doesn't really talk to anyone other than Alfred. And Alfred tries to have him do these other things.
I mean, that's
Alfred's been telling him, but it's like your parents. Your parents can tell you something all day. It doesn't mean you're going to listen to them. It's when somebody that you respect or you find new respect for tells you something, you're going to be like, oh yeah.
It gives him a renewed sense of purpose too, though.
It's like whenever Kalen got here tonight, I said, you should really call the police about what happened. And he's like, and my wife tells him at dinner, you should really call the police. He goes, really?
It didn't go down exactly like that.
It went down very much like that.
That's because I don't believe you. And
think about it, though, because the fight scenes you see...
I find your wife to be much more sensible and agreeable.
Oh, thanks, Caleb.
The fight scenes you see before, whenever he's like... The house with the Asian women and everything, like, it's very angry fighting.
Giggity.
It's very purposeful with it. Like, it's intended to hurt, and it's intended to...
He brands a guy.
But when you see the fight scene in...
even
the warehouse
then,
with Martha,
half those guys are dead.
Oh yeah, no, he totally kills them.
Oh yeah, and the whole thing, Batman doesn't kill. Bullshit, dude. I posted something on Facebook that showed Batman tying a noose around a dude's neck and hanging him from the Batwing, and then going, he's probably better off being dead.
I wonder who that guy was.
Batman was fucking vicious, man.
Or what? Like, what was the context of that though?
Who gives a shit? He killed him.
Okay, but it could be, like, is it from an actual continuation?
It's an actual comic book, yes.
Or was it, like, a side Frank Miller shit?
No, it wasn't Frank Miller. No, this was, like...
Mainline Run.
This is, like, Silver Age. Yeah, this is, like, Silver Age, Golden Age, whatever, fucking 60s, 70s, 60s.
60s is
Silver Age.
Yeah, Silver Age.
Golden
Age
is, like, 40s.
40s, 50s.
Yeah, it's not that.
But...
It wasn't anti-Hitler, anti-Japan. It was bad guys.
Anyways, so you watch the fight scene in the house, the Asian woman and everything, and he's hiding in the shadows. He's using stealth. Fight scene to save Martha. He doesn't give a shit about being stealthy.
It's full guerrilla warfare.
It's full
on. Absolutely.
I'm going to beat the hell out of every one of you.
He diehards the shit out of that scene, man. He sends the fucking elevator up, and then he blows the floor out from underneath the assholes.
Yeah.
Throws the freaking things that you get in Arkham Knight or Arkham City.
Yeah.
Where you throw the fucking...
They're like little mini
You had them in Arkham Knight, too, though. The things that disable the guys.
Yeah. And then he fucking harpoons a dude, or he batarangs or...
The grappling gun.
Through a guy's fucking shoulder.
Yeah.
Instead of it going around him like in the cartoons or whatever. Like, ooh, I got it.
He hits another dude through the leg, like right through the thigh.
It's brutal, man.
And then, don't forget when he grappling guns a crate and throws at a guy's head.
And then his head explodes on the concrete.
Yeah. Just blood splatter.
You want to talk about a vicious movie, man. That movie is... That whole scene is just
that's if
vicious.
you watch the dichotomy between how he fights in the beginning of it and how he fights after the Martha scene. It's literally... It's renewed purpose. He knows he's a clear-cut mission. He's got a new sense of purpose. He knows...
he changes.
He changes.
I honestly think that there's no way someone would have gotten 2 rounds off the back of a veteran Batman's head. I just don't think that would have happened.
Oh.
It doesn't matter if it did anyway because it didn't hurt him.
He goes, "Argh!" So it hurt a little bit, even if it's like...
It's bulletproof suit, but it's like wearing Kevlar. It still
hurts.
You get shot in the chest wearing a bulletproof vest, it still fucking hurts.
Remember when he gets shot and then it's like, oh, it's bulletproof, and then Pam wears the same one, and he goes, you realize that once it's shot, like the fibers are done. And she's like, oh, good, I just thought I was being a pussy. Because... like, it's like a one and done. Like, you know.
Yeah, but still,
It may not.
It doesn't matter.
It may not,
and not
go
to mention
through
that, but
him,
he was fucking busy. I don't know if you noticed the other 12 guys that he was fighting at the time, but yeah, he was a little busy. So getting off a couple of rounds in the back of somebody's head on a bulletproof helmet. First of all, the first round, it's like, why didn't this work? And then the second round, you're like,
I
The
think he was
first round
just trying to
misses,
get.
it bounces off. He's like, maybe if I fire like 15 more.
It's like when people like shoot rounds into bulletproof glass in movies, and they're like trying to break it, and they're just
trying
popping
to
them
get a
off.
week's
Yeah.
because I mean, eventually something will break with enough force. But yeah, we should be like celebrating this scene that he gets to save Martha. Instead, people are like, Martha. So he
Because
changes
people
his
don't-
future. He's saving Superman's future, where Superman doesn't have to deal with his mother's loss like Bruce did.
Yeah.
You
it's
know,
the sparing.
I mean, Bruce handled it oh so well. Can you imagine what Superman
Yeah, I was
would have
gonna.
done?
I think
that's the thing. That's maybe what Barry Allen's coming back and telling him.
And
so. It's the idea that the loss of Lois Lane can cause the nightmare future.
that's one theory. Or
Well,
that's
what if
the
it's-
main theory.
She was my world. And this is probably an out there theory, but Superman regards Earth as his home now. Even though he's from Krypton, in the comic books, Earth is his home.
It is his home because
It
that's
is
where
Earth
he
his
is
was
completely,
raised.
pretty much destroyed based off of how Metropolis and Gotham look in the nightmare future.
Pretty much.
What if the idea I'm having is what if that line, she was my world and you took her from me, isn't Lois? What if it's Earth?
But Batman wouldn't have taken it from her. Batman.
Well, no, and Batman wouldn't have caused it. That's the thing, is that that's not what I'm trying to make the connection of, is Batman wouldn't have caused the destruction of Earth. So it had to be Lois. But I wonder, like...
So you're taking the word the word world
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of different ways you can look at that scene, man. It just, you take from it what you want. And, you know, somebody can take away it was Lois, somebody can take away it was Martha, somebody can take away, you know, whatever you want to from it. I mean, she
Well,
was my world, or, yeah. And
She
then
also had his heart, though, if you think about it, because she was his love.
his mother, I mean, then Lex says this, you know, whenever he
Every
has the pictures.
boy's first love of his mom or
It's his
something.
mom. I mean,
It's a little Oedipus. Some Freudian
It's not wrong, though.
thing.
yeah, but Freud was also a
Weird. Monkey.
raving idiot.
But
Most
do
everything
you
he
think
has
that
done
Superman
has been
intentionally punched him
disproven.
in the
Yes.
heart to, like... Obviously, he was going to kill him, but he doesn't have to punch him in the heart to kill him. It's Superman. He could punch his head the hell off. It
Yeah.
seems like it was an oddly specific...
because it hurt
Yeah.
like a son of a bitch.
Well, yeah, but
That's like the
Lois,
best revenge is ripping
the
out
death of Lois is like
someone's
ripping
heart.
Superman's heart out. So Superman took it
in a
literal with Batman in a
metaphoric
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, man. That whole scene is, I mean, hopefully, I mean, maybe we'll get to see it on film, but I doubt it. I mean, I think
I
that
don't
that's
think
why
it'll
the
come to
Justice
pass.
League. No, I think that's why
I think
Bruce
it's
gets
fixed now.
the Justice League.
Like Lois is safe, Martha is safe. I don't think we're gonna
No.
get to that nightmare sequence, especially now that he knows what's going to happen. So he's going to get the Justice League together, which is going to hit theaters late fall this year.
November.
It's right after my birthday. Right after my 28th birthday, man.
28.
Yep.
Sure about that.
Positive. Anyway, so yeah, at the very end, obviously, spoiler alert, Clark grabs the spear, the kryptonite spear, jams it into Doomsday's chest. Doomsday jams his dildo
return.
arm into...
Dildo arm.
No, jams his
Bone.
sword thing because Wonder Woman cut it off, so it turns into a sword. Whatever.
So it's like regrowing, but now it's just like bone spikes and
Too bad he didn't cut off his head, and then it just grows back as a fucking sword head, and he's dead.
it's just like a rhino horn just instead of head. Just like
Bring it on,
His
bitches.
body just falls over.
It'd be
Well, that was
awesome.
easy.
So Clark dies to save the world, sacrificed himself, and Batman, you know, is up there. This next scene, and it's a scene that we all saw in previews and stuff like that, and it's a scene that I rewound and said, holy shit, that's fucking deep as fuck. When, after he dies, Batman, you see the shape of Batman coming from flame and shadow, and you don't see him, and smoke, and then all of a sudden he's standing out in the light. And it's like, after this fight with this alien, with Superman, he was blind. You know, I think we said that he
Yeah.
was blind. And now he comes to the light, and he loves and respects what Superman did and what Superman sacrificed for this world. And he now knows who Superman is. And that's why, he looks at Diana at the very end at his funeral. And
I failed him in life.
I failed him in life. I won't fail him in death.
I think you're right, but it's also the idea of if an alien is willing to sacrifice their own life to save a planet that's not theirs,
yeah,
I should be more than willing to do the same.
And then he thinks maybe someone else will feel the same way too, which is when he wants to gather up the other metahumans.
Arthur Curry, I hear you talk to fish.
Yep.
At that point in time, Arthur Curry would have broken that bastard's neck.
Yeah.
Then chugged a bottle of Jack and went for a swim.
Can't wait.
And Barry took no convincing. He's like, I need friends.
I need friends. So here's the fun part. Here's the fun part. We have a couple of minutes left on our glorious Thursday. I want to address the people's hate for Flash's armor. And I would like to point out that unless you want a fucking movie where all you see is lightning, he needs that armor to dampen this lightning that gets created by the Speed Force. So, y'all shut the fuck up.
Is that what they're saying it is?
That's why. That's why he has the straps. It's to help him conduct that electricity.
Okay.
His lightning is blue, which makes him
I just thought it's because
faster
Flash
than...
isn't, bulletproof or anything.
Well, but yeah, but
he can phase his molecules and phase right through
as long as he can see them.
Yeah, but if someone
but also he can
tries
dodge
to
every fucking
snake him.
bullet that gets shot at him unless he doesn't see it coming.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly dodge every bullet.
The issue I had with
it's not even
Flash
just
is...
dodging a bullet. I mean, there have been many times when people who are fast punch the shit out of Flash.
Well, yeah, but that's punching, not shooting bullets.
Yeah, but if it's from a Kryptonian or someone of equal strength, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Well, yeah, he would die.
Yeah, which is
But he's got to catch him first.
Armor!
You got to catch him first.
No.
Gotta catch him
So
all.
what's your problem with Flash?
I don't have a problem with how his outfit looks for Justice League. My problem with how he looked in BVS was...
Dirty hippie?
No, it was literally
war, man.
He had his second set of armor when he came from the future.
Because he was
Over
time
the
traveling.
He was time traveling.
You can't just run through the time stream without anything. Anyone who watches Doctor Who knows that. That's why he needs the TARDIS.
Absolutely. There's a pool down the hall, and mine is much bigger than yours. the captain, the pirate episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Where he's like, your ship is way bigger than mine.
Right.
Goes, yeah, there's 6 bedrooms, 3 baths, a pool down the hall. He goes,
a library.
Mine is much bigger than yours.
But it's the idea, I think, with that was I'm going from comic books where he doesn't have that.
He has a treadmill.
He's a treadmill, which
That's
I'm sure
realistic.
they'll probably make some sort of way for it to exist. But he doesn't wear armor to go through time.
Well, I mean, I think they just traded a
That's because they took
treadmill
away all of
for-
his time-traveling armor in the comic books because he's fucked up enough shit.
Probably.
Can they do that
No,
on
I
the
like
show,
his
too?
outfit
I
for
know.
Justice League. I think his outfit's cool. I'm not understanding the whole fingerless glove thing, but I think it's cool.
Whatever, I don't care about that.
Have you
Because
tried-
How you gonna
he's
armor
doing
his
this
whole...
so fast.
Yeah,
Have
how
you
gonna
tried-
armor his
Up and down
whole
so
body?
fast.
And I get this part being open, obviously, and around his eyes. But why not his fingers?
Have you tried texting with gloves?
Come on, man.
It's like that, but worse.
But worse. But no, and his lightning is blue,
And
which
talk
makes
to
him
text
faster.
is shit.
Which makes him faster than Warbler's Flash on CW, technically, if you want to go by lightning.
Lightning
Speed,
colors.
yeah. So some people just say it's blue because it looks cool.
I don't care.
I have
I think
Grayson
Ezra
written
Miller's
all
gonna
over
do
all these pages
fantastic.
now.
I mean,
Because, yeah, we're getting a Nightwing
Because
movie.
Agent G is...
Agent G, man. I'm telling you.
well, then you had
Scott Eastwood.
I honestly do. I think Ezra Miller will be a fantastic Flash. But
Oh, so do I. I think that he's going to sell it. But eventually we have Cyborg and we have Nightwing, and we're going to be seeing possibly a Titans movie, so we're going to get introduced to Wally at some point in time. So, how old is Ezra? That's a real question in this movie.
Like I said, he's late 20s.
Yeah. He's
not that
He's a
old.
forensic scientist. And he's going to be best friends with the greatest detective in the world, and it's going to be awesome. Anyway, special thanks to everyone out there. Maher, Rock Bottom Comics. Come and see us. Google search us. The
Comic Boot
Boot
Podcast.
podcast. Make sure you put the word podcast in there.
Yep.
We're on just about everything. Hopefully, well, I don't know if we'll actually get on SoundCloud now that they're going under. Who knows?
Ooh.
Anyway, I'm James,
I'm Cody.
I'm Kalen.
and we will see you guys next week.